or all electronics. In Division 2, I like the PV. There's a lot of stuff to do in Division 2. Like, there's a lot of PVE content to do and whatnot. That's what I like about Division 2 is that there's a lot of things to do as far as PVE goes. So you're literally you're almost never bored. Like, you'll still be bored when you complete everything, but then you can just reset the whole map and do it all over again. As far as PvP goes, I think that they should do the same thing in Division 1. Division 1 had it down packed. Like, that's how I feel. So, like, guys who want to use the shield, for example, oh, it sucks to suck because your shield's gonna get shredded when you use, like if you use, anything that isn't, meant to use a shield for. So if you use D3 or D3 classified, you'll be able to basically have like a 2-3 million health shield, or maybe even like a 4 or 5. I don't remember how much there is as far as like stamina and all that goes. I believe I forgot how it went, but like yeah, so like basically like like how should I put this? So Division 1 required you to have skill in the game. Like honestly, the gear sets and the talents honestly didn't do everything. Like they did help you improve, but they didn't do everything for you. You still have to be able to land your shots like with Striker. 6B Striker, they literally nerfed it to basically you have to use not roll it into stamina and use a showstopper in order to keep your stacks, or else it's basically goodbye stacks, And I feel like like even with that, like you're still not invincible. You're still able to be put down. It's just for the people, like you could use the EMP sticky. You just have to be careful because if you EMP a striker guy at 100 stacks, it's over. You basically just signed your death wish to you and your team. But other than that, like the gear sets in Division 1, the gear sets, brand sets, whatever you want to call them, the gold sets, gear sets and whatnot. So the gear sets in Division 1, they didn't define who you are. It was honestly your skill, and basically how you like if you're accurate enough and whatnot. Like you basically had to time when to heal. You basically had to pay attention to a lot of things. In this game, it does everything. It honestly does everything for you. Like, I'm gonna say that clear as day, and I don't care what anybody says. Like, this game literally hands you the keys to the car, and literally drives it for you. I don't care what anybody says, because it's like this. If you don't have a certain amount if you don't have a certain gear set, so like for example, if you don't have the Contractor Glove or Fox's Prayer, your build is basically null and void. Or when the Lady Death was meta, if you didn't have the Lady Death with like a crit build and whatnot, or if you didn't have the Lady Death with like the Fox's Prayer and the Contractor Glove, your build is like you are basically null and void. You're not hitting nobody. You're basically hitting them with Marshmallow Gun. But in Division 1, it's like you have to have skill in that game, and I don't care what anybody says. Anybody who has only ever played Division 2 and only seen gameplay of Division 1, they won't understand what that's like. People who only PvP in the game, like I know there's some people who strictly have played PvE in Division 1, they think that this is a whole lot better. And I mean, for PvE players, it kind of is. I mean, I'm not going to deny that fact. I mean, if you strictly played PvE in Division 1, then I mean like, and you come over here to Division 2, like you'll have a much better time because there's a lot of, like I said, there's so much stuff to do in Division 1 and Division 2 than there ever will be in Division 1. But but like I said, like Division 1 requires skill. Division 2, like this game, like it honestly requires next to no skill. Like let's say for example, this build won't do shit. Like this build right here, it won't do anything in PVE, in PvP. Like you literally have to use like glass cannon, intimidate, or adrenaline rush. Like so, the talents makes the build pretty much. If you don't have those certain talents and whatnot, if you don't have like crit, like a lot of crit chance, well, I mean that's kind of true. Like you have to have crit chance and whatnot. But to my point, if you don't have all that kind of things, it's like you're not gonna do anything. You're not gonna do much. In this game, the talents makes everything. In Division 1, it was skill, and obviously obviously a lot of people didn't have that playing the game. And I mean, people can say that I didn't either, but I mean, I've always gone against what is meta. So I mean, I've never honestly really used anything meta related, because like I could honestly never get used to using something so cheesy or something like that. So like the Lady Death, for example, once I used it, I stopped using it because like it's not me. Like I found no enjoyment in using it. I don't know how people could find enjoyment in using Lady Death and whatnot. Like I've honestly, I don't know how people could find enjoyment in using the Lady Death or anything that's meta. I've always gone against what is meta, and like for like people who has followed my YouTube, my Twitch and YouTube journey. I mean, I say that like I'm a big YouTuber and all that, but I'm not. Well, like, but yeah, like so for people who have like who know me, who played like Xbox with me for a long time, they know how I feel about it, and that they know that, you know, this game doesn't take much skill compared to Division 1. Division 1, it required a lot of skill. In this game, it's the build that defines you. And it shouldn't be like that. It should be your skill that defines you. Your build should amplify how you play. It should amplify your play style. It shouldn't yeah, like it shouldn't, like, your build shouldn't define who you are. It should only amplify your play style. If we're being honest. Like it shouldn't, like, a build should never define how you play. It should always be what amplifies your playstyle. But I mean, but I mean, I digress. Ah, dude, like I'm doing all this. I digress about that. So, we'll visit that topic another day. That was just my ramble. But yeah, so basically, like, but yeah, like, so back to what we're doing. So right now we're finishing up everything. I do have to leave for work at like 6. So I basically have to like 2 o'clock to basically do everything.